Some students call them smart pills or brain steroids. Adderall and Ritalin are legal stimulants prescribed for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, in ever greater numbers. For years now, students who don't have that problem have been taking the drugs for a competitive edge. But the problem is growing.
Yeah, one of the reasons that people are taking psychostimulants like Ritalin is to try and get over sleep deprivation. Again, during exam period, other than the stress and trying to remember everything, in many cases there's also this rather severe sleep deprivation. And the idea is that you take psychostimulants and that helps you to kind of get over that.
I was just studying with a friend of mine in the library at downtown Concordia, and it was like our third like all-nighter in a row, and I was just sick of my life, and I just didn't want to be there. I was really, really exhausted, and I felt like I had no choice but to study. I had a final the next day, and I had papers to do for that following week, so it was very, it needed to be done. My work was super easy, it was a joke. I felt like I was rejuvenated, I had slept, and it was great, right? But at the same time, it wasn't a drug that I would continuously do. It's more of in a desperate need. So any other time that I had done Adderall or Ritalin or all that stuff, I would do it when it was I can't function as a human being anymore. It makes you very energized into the specific thing that you're working on. So let's say right now I have to write a paper today actually. If I were to take it and my main focus was that, everything else would be shut off. I would not even look at my phone. I would not even look at this. I'd have my music on and I write my paper and I'd probably get it done in the next hour and a half, 2 hours. When maybe if I took my time and whatever with the energy that I currently have, it might take me instead 3-4 hours.
I lost this focus in school and everything, so it was gonna help me. And also I'm not the guy who's gonna focus really good perfectly in studies, so it's just for a boost. And I was also curious to see if it really worked. The first one I had no idea I was under the effect. I even tested the guy, and I told him it's not working, and he told me, what have you been doing for the past hour? I stared at my phone. He's like, you focused just on the wrong thing. It was on your phone, but if you focus on your books, you're good. For midterms and final exams, it was the hot season, I guess. That's how he called it. Everyone he was busy. When he met me, he had to run away because he had to meet people at McGill, UQAM, and Concordia.
Again, the results are mixed. For a short period it would work. So if you haven't slept for a night and you have the exam the next morning, it would probably help you like any other psychostimulant. It will give you a bit of a bump, a bit of a push. Over a prolonged period, the effect kind of dwindles, and in some cases you could crash.
I've never taken any, maybe because I'm basically focusing on time management. So I think it works better for me, to assess my time properly in terms of midterms, because there's a lot of material, and at the end I become very stressed. But not really, not to the extent that I need something extra for that.
When students are stressed during midterms, there are different alternatives to cope with stress, like exercise, meditating, going to the gym, time management.
I think it depends on the program you're studying, but it also comes to the person, how stressful you can be in terms of midterms.
Along with good surroundings, good friends, good family. So that way, you're positive, you have motivation, and you don't rely on these drugs to calm you down and keep you going.
I mean, it doesn't matter that it's university. You can even do it in college, right? So it depends on how much stressed you become at the end, and your levels of stress make you go into that.
It does affect the brain. Like most of the psychoactive drug, it changes the brain. When you take it, the brain is not the same after that. And that is part of that slightly increased risk for developing addiction maybe, or addictive behavior.
I stopped taking them because I noticed your body gets used to it and your brain gets used to it. So after that point, you kind of need to stop Also because or else your brain is always going to need it, and then you just start to depend on it.
Cocaine is a drug that, in terms of the actual intensity of the stimulus that it kind of gives you, it's a very similar drug. The difference is that on cocaine you're really excited, really energetic, but you can't focus on anything. Whereas this, you can. This is a drug and it gives you a specific energy for one purpose, and really like to give your full attention to one specific thing and give it your all.
The bottom line in most of the research is that it depends on the circumstances and it depends on the individual.